I can't remember the exact date or even the exact year, but I'll never forget the words that would change my life forever. My dad owned a tile business, and I worked with him in my earlier years from my teens into my early 20s. One day we're working on a particularly big job. He's on his hands and knees working, and he looks up at me and he's frustrated because he does not have something that he needs. And he says, I need you to know what I need before I even know I need it. And I looked at him like he was a crazy person. And what the hell does that even mean? How am I supposed to know what you need before you even know you need it? That didn't make any sense to me. As most dads do, he went into dad mode and he started explaining himself. He said, what's going to happen at the end of this row? And I said, well, we're going to need to cut the last tiles. And he said, where are those? And I told him, I don't know. We're not to the end yet, so I don't know what the measurements are going to be. And he said, figure that out. Next, he challenged, what happens afterwards? And I said, well, we're going to have to clean this area behind us, and we're going to have to measure and mark new lines. And he said, why isn't that done yet? And I said, well, we're still on this row. He shook his head a little bit and then said, well, what happens next? I said, well, I'm going to have to go outside. I'm going to have to bring in new tile. I'm going to have to set it down. I'm going to have to get new thin set. And again, he asked, why isn't that done? And I said, well, we're still on this row. I don't understand why you're so frustrated. And he said, I'm frustrated because you are watching me work. You're not helping me work. And at first, I was a little upset by that because I thought I was a great employee. I did everything that he asked, and he's the boss. He's supposed to tell me what to do, and that's not the conversation we were having. As I took time the rest of that day, it really started to dawn on me what he was saying. I was just watching. I wasn't being helpful. And from that day forward, I decided I'm going to be present. I'm going to be mindful, and I'm going to figure out what that means and have what he needs before he even knows he needs it. A couple of months later, we're working on another house, and this time we're in a bathroom, and I have him come in, and everything is there. The thin set is there, the tile is there, one wall is out of plumb, and the pieces grew as they went up. I had everything cut. Once he came in, he looked and he said, what is all this? And I said, it's everything you need for this bathroom. And I left. It was a crowning moment for the both of us when he found me a couple of hours later and said, everything fit. Everything was perfect. That's amazing. I'm really proud of you. And the reason I'm telling you this story is in that moment, I realized that if I was present and I was actively involved, then I could start to see things that needed to be done before they needed to be done. And that has been the foundation of my success in my career, both personally and professionally. I've listened, I've been engaged, I've pondered, I've started thinking, and those light bulbs will go off. And I'm so grateful that my dad, when he was frustrated, he didn't just go back to work, but he saw the potential in me, and he challenged me to be better. So that's my extended invitation to you all. How can you be more present? How can you be a better listener? How can you build the potential that's inside of you by taking a few extra steps in your day?